Live from Coalinga, West Hills College, Coalinga men's basketball is on the air as your Falcons will open up Central Valley Conference play against the Tigers of Reedley College here on the west side of the San Joaquin Valley. Hi, everybody. I'm Brian Welch with the Falcons IE Network. Glad to have you along here from the Falcons gym here on the campus of West Hills College, Coalinga here in Coalinga. We got a good one for you tonight. Two teams below 500 here as we start in Central Valley Conference play here in the San Joaquin Valley as your Falcons getting ready to go here. Their third game at home this season as we get ready to go here on the west side of the San Joaquin Valley. Let's get to the starting lineups for both Reedley College and your West Hills College Coalinga Falcons. First with the Reedley College Tigers, led by head coach Richard Jennings. The Tigers are 4-8 overall, three-game losing streak. They'll be led by the freshman Matt Rouge, Jaden Abuena, the freshman, be Cooper Smith, the freshman, Mitchell Urade, number 33, the sophomore, and number 34, Kiriam Davis, the freshman, and for the starting lineup for Reedley College. Here's the starting lineup for your West Hills College Coalinga Falcons, led by Coach O. Your Falcons 6-7 overall. They'll be led by the sophomore from Washington, D.C., Noah Richmond. They'll be led by the sophomore from Fresno, California, Cameron Miles. The sophomore from Atlanta, Georgia, number 5, Nigel Johnson. The sophomore, number 11, Amandu Ah, one of the leading scorers for this Falcons squad of 11.9 points per game. And rounding out the starting five for your West Hills College Coalinga Falcons, it'll be the young man from Pomona, California, the former Horned Toad of Coalinga High School. It will be Devion Edwards, ready to go here. Falcons will be in their white uniforms with that red and blue numbering and lettering, as the Tigers will be rocking their black uniforms, orange numbering. It's a little Central Valley Conference men's basketball here on the west side of the San Joaquin Valley. Pull up your favorite chair. Falcons basketball is on the air, and a good crowd on hand here in Coalinga as the game clock, the scoreboard, is not on right now. So as we wait, as Coach O trying to get some magic going with the scoreboard here, and it turns on, and I think we are ready to go here indeed. But once again, pull up your favorite chair. Falcons basketball is on the air as the Falcons will be moving left to right and the Tigers moving right to left. And we are underway here in Coalinga. It'll be the Reedley College Tigers moving the ball right to left on your screen. Matt Rouge with the ball, top of the key now. Bounce pass over to cross the way to Urade. Urade with the ball, gets it over to cross the way to his teammate Smith from the left wing, hits the iron, and it's rebounded by the Falcons. Noah Richmond, the young man from Washington, D.C. with the rebound, and here come the Falcons going back to work here. This Falcons squad on a two-game loser streak, dropping a pair of games to Bakersfield College. Richmond, bounce pass over to cross the way to Miles. Richmond into the left wing, over to Edwards in the paint, double team now. Edwards over to Johnson, top of the key, down the lane, draws the foul. And he will go to actually it will be an inbound. As it will be on, actually Matt Rouge, hey, that's his first personal of the evening. And it will be an inbound for the Falcons on the right-hand side of our screen. Our camera guy tonight, you might recognize him. You might know him from the Falcons football team. Jet Garcia, the quarterback, running the camera tonight. And also head coach Justin Berner running the shot clock. Here they go, Falcons with the ball. Left corner, Johnson hits the iron, and it's going to be rebounded by the Tigers. Tigers in transition, Rouge with the lefty layup, and that's how the scoring begins with a lefty layup from the freshman from Kingsburg, Matt Rouge, with the first points of the evening. 19:01, a minute gone by here in the first half. 2-0, Reedley College out in front. Richmond with the ball to that left wing now. Bounce pass over to cross the way to his teammate Johnson. Richmond with the ball now. Back over to cross the way to Ah. Ah with the ball now. Working, and the ball goes out of play, and it will be last touched by the Tigers. As it will be an inbound for the Falcons. Falcons trailing 2-0 against Reedley College. 18:43 to go, first half. Here in Coalinga. Inbound, Johnson with the ball, and it's intercepted quickly by Jaden Abuena. Rouge in transition, a righty layup now makes it a 4-0 game in favor of the Tigers. Rouge with the first 4 points of the evening, 4-0 Reedley College out in front. Richmond with the ball, gets it over to Miles. Miles drives, gets it over to left wing, hits the iron, and it will be Tigers ball. 18-18 to go first half. As the first substitution, it will be John J. Johnson, the freshman guard from Lemoore, California. And a timeout taken by the Falcons with 18-18 to go in the first half. 4-0 Reedley College out in front. This will be a 30-second timeout. We'll stay right here on the Falcons Audio Network. But what an interesting start to the game as this Falcons squad trying to get a little bit of this offense. But just the height of this squad for Reedley College, giving this Falcons offense a little bit of trouble already here in Coalinga. But this is the CVC opener, and talking with a lot of the players for West Hills College Coalinga, they said, you know, it's a fresh start. You know what? With the start of conference play, everybody gets a fresh start. 18-18 to go, first half. 4-0 Reedley College out in front here against West Hills College Coalinga. It will be an inbound for the Tigers. Irade will get the ball over to Crosswood Buena. Back over to Irade. Rue get the ball. Now into the Falcons half. That ball swatted away. Tigers regain it. Rube from the right wing. Now, here they go. It will be Albuena to the left corner. 10 to shoot. Davis in the paint, drives in, swatted away by Edwards, and it will be last touched by a Falcon, so it will be Tigers ball. Tigers inbound, 17:53 to go first half. 4-0 Reedley College out in front here in the Central Valley Conference opener. So it will be an inbound for Irade and the Tigers. And nobody home in the 559 area code, so it will be Falcons ball. So the Falcons trying to find a way to get their first basket of the evening as they trail 4-0 against Reedley College. Inbound for Miles. Actually, my apologies, and the Falcons. Richmond dribbling with the left hand, moving across the timeline, left to right. With the ball to the right side. Miles drives, hands it off, over to cross the way to Spin move, that's stolen away. Buena in transition. In the paint, back over to cross the way to Irade. Over to Buena now to the right wing. Looked for a three, decided to drive down. And it's going to be deflected away, and it will be Falcons ball. Great defense right there by West Hills College Coalinga. You know what? Hey, you got to play gritty sometimes while you're in the paint. You know what? Have to swat that ball away. So the Falcons will go back to work here as they trail by 4-0 against Reedley College. 17:23 to go, first half. Reedley College out in front. Richmond with the ball, bounce past the Miles. All with the ball, top of the key. Richmond gets it over to Edwards, and it goes in. Devion Edwards, the young man from Pomona, California, with the basket, makes it a 2-point game, 4-2. Reedley College out in front. And Devion Edwards with the basket. Now the referee. So now one of our referees will have a conversation at the scoring table talking about the shot clock. 4-2 Reedley College out in front, 17:05 to go in the first half. As the shot clock reads 23 seconds. Now they'll put it to a fresh 28. 17:05 to go in the first half. Reedley College out in front by 2. Inbound for Irade and the Tigers. Tigers 4-8 overall this season. 3-game losing streak fell to Kanana College, 76-72. Irade, actually my apology, that's Irade, and it goes on in. Mitchell Irade, the young man from Fowler, California, with the 3-point basket, makes it a 5-point game, 7-5. Tigers out in front here. Richmond with the ball now, dribbling to the right hand. Goes to the right side, hands it off to Miles. Miles mishandling it, still able to regain it, right baseline. Looking, floats it up, and it's deflected away. And he draws the foul, and he'll go to the free throw line shooting 2. You got to do that against this, how tall this Reedley College squad is. It's on Urade, his first personal of the evening. This Falcon squad trying to cope back some of these points as they trail by 5, 7-2. First free throw rattles on in as Falcon will be waiting at the scorer's table. I know Jet Garcia played a little bit of basketball in his high school days. we'll have him on for we need to talk to him about if he wants to be interviewed for halftime, actually. The former Horntown went to high school with Jet Garcia. So the Falcons will go back to work here as Johnson checks back in. So here they go. Rug with the ball now, back over to Albuena. Urade. Working is going to be Smith. A three on the way, rattles in, it goes on in. That Tiger squad likes that right wing for a reason. They're out in front by 6, 10-4 against West Hills College. Coalinga. Edwards in the paint, righty layup, and it goes on in. Devion Edwards with the 2-point basket, and the Falcons trail by 4, 10-6 here in Coalinga. Here they go. Albuena with the ball now. Floats it over to Simp in the paint. Working, floats it up with the right hand, hits the glass, and it's snatched away quickly by Ah. Richmond thundering down the floor, floats it up with the hand. No good, rebound it quickly by Johnson. Does not get it. Richmond with the ball to the right wing now. And it's stolen away, Urade, and a foul, and it might be on Richmond. It will be on Johnson, actually. My apologies. 10-6, Reedley College out in front. 15:32 to go, first half. Pair of threes by the Tigers has made it a very interesting one here. Rug with the ball to the left wing, back over to cross the way to Albuena, top of the key, chest pass over to cross the way to Primes. Primes gets it over to cross the way to his teammate Davis in the paint, wrestling away for it. Second chance basket, no good. And it will be Tigers' ball, so the Falcons trying to find a way to get this offense going. Kind of a sluggish start for West Hills College Coalinga tonight. So it will be an inbound for the Tigers on that right baseline. 15:13 to go, first half. Albuena, top of the key, spin, looking down the lane, floats it up, and that's a definite traveling call right there. 15:08 to go in the first half. 10-6 is still the score. Reedley College out in front here. Richmond with the ball now, dribbling with the left hand across the timeline, moving left to right on your screen. Now speeds it up, gets it back over across the way to Johnson. Richmond with the ball now. Richmond looking. Trying to drive with the left hand, floats it, and does not even go in. The defense has been fierce tonight for the Tigers of Reedley College already. Rug from the right wing, and it goes on in. The young man from Kingsburg, California, the former Viking at Kingsburg High, makes it a 7-point game, 13-6 Reedley College out in front. Edwards the ball, top of the key, gets it back over to cross the way to Richmond. Richmond, chest pass over to Johnson, left corner three. Nothing but air, the put back, and it goes on in. You always need Devion Edwards right there on the Falcons. They trail 13-8 right now. A three on the way from Rug, and it goes on in. The hot hand from the former Viking of Kingsburg High makes it an 8-point game in favor of the Tigers. All with the ball, goes to the right, now left, down the lane, slicing and dicing. Puts it up, goes in. Amandu Ah, the sophomore from Germantown, Maryland, with the basket, makes it a 6-point game in favor of Reedley College. Tigers the ball, Davis down the lane. And it will be a foul, and it will be on Davis. And a timeout taken by West Hills College Coalinga with 13:41 to go here in Coalinga. There will be a full timeout. We'll be right back after this. 16-10 is our score right now. Reedley College out in front will be right back after this. This is Falcons basketball on the Falcons Audio Network. Save the date on Wednesday, January 24th at 6 p.m. as West Hills College Coalinga welcomes in the College of the Sequoia. Over the last 12 years, West Hills College Coalinga has donated over $15,000 to the American Cancer Society. All proceeds from the floor to the Falcon Flyers will be donated to the American Cancer Society in the name of Sonia Renee Campos, a longtime Falcons basketball supporter and who lost her battle with colon cancer on November 11th of 2023. So it's going to be a big time support. Hopefully we can get out there on January 24th. Back to the action here in Coalinga. Davion Edwards, and it's stolen away by Albuena. Albuena in transition, throws it over across the way to Holland, and it goes on in. 18-10, Reedley College out in front. 13:09 to go, first half. With the ball, left lane, trying to drive, floats it up. Draws the foul, and he'll go to the free throw line. But on January 24th, that's a great cause. I remember doing that when I was a kid growing up here in Coalinga. Throwing the flyer down on the floor. So as will go to the free throw line right now. 13:04 to go in the first half. First free throw hits that back iron, then the front iron, but does not go through. Still 18-10, Reedley College out in front against your Falcons of West Hills College Coalinga. So the Falcons trying to find a way. They have not led in this game at all. Hits the front iron, rebounded quickly by the Tigers. Here comes Allen. And now the Tigers will go back to work here. Primes the ball, dribbles the right hand, back to Rouge with the right wing. Rouge with the ball now, goes top of the key. Back to Primes. Primes with the ball. Holland looking, 10 to shoot, and nobody was there, and that's actually the second basketball that's gotten away from Reedley College. 18-10, Reedley College out in front. 12:42 to go, first half. As Nigel Johnson will take the ball across the timeline for the Falcons. Johnson will go to the right side, back over to Miles, top of the key now. Johnson with the ball now. Top of the key, down the left lane, lays it up, and he draws the foul. So 12:27 to go here in the first half. This Falcon squad going to the line, can they capitalize here? As they trail by 8, 18-10. Kind of a low-scoring affair so far here in Coalinga. First free throw by does not go through. From Germantown, Maryland, attended Rock Creek High. As it will be a new Tiger on the floor. Will be Carlos Craig, the freshman from Clovis East High. Former Timberwolf. Into the game right now for Reedley College. And that free throw hits the back iron, rebounded quickly by Johnson. Nigel Johnson with the ball now. Nigel dribbles with the right hand to the right wing. Over to looking. Over to Miles now, top of the key, now drives to the left side. Down the lane, and a traveling call on the Falcons. So it will be an inbound for the Tigers here. 12:08 to go, first half. Primes the ball back over to Rouge. Allen, Rouge now. Primes from the left side. The Solorio in the paint, and it goes on in after it kissing off the glass. It makes it a 10-point lead for the Tigers. Johnson down the lane, does not go through, rebounded by Craig. Tigers in transition to Solorio. Actually, my apologies to Allen now. We're kind of in a track meet now. And it's stolen away, and here come the Tigers going back to work here, moving right to left on your screen in this first half. Here they go, Craig down the lane, and it goes on in. 22-10, Reedley College out in front, 11:22 to go in this first half. Johnson, now it's to Miles. With the ball, back over to Crossway to Johnson. From the right wing, goes in! Beautiful basket right there by the young man from Maryland. With the three-point basket, makes it a fifth. Actually, now it's the scoreboard's having a little bit of difficulty right now. Supposed to have that three-pointer counted. Here's now joining us here in Coalinga. The scoreboard turned itself off before the game. So now we have it right here. So it's 22-13. Reedley College out in front. Primes the ball. Moves into the Falcons half. Allen back to Primes. Dribbles the right hand, hands it off over to Crossway to Craig. Allen with the ball, top of the key, back to Craig. Craig to the right wing, right baseline, finds a wide open Primes. Goes in and out, rebounded quickly by Devion Edwards, and here come the Falcons going back to work here, moving left to right on your screen. Richmond at the ball, down the left lane, lefty layup, and it goes on in. 2 points for the young man from Washington, D.C. Noah Richmond with a two-point basket makes it a 7-point deficit for this Falcon squad here in Coalinga. 22-15, Reedley College out in front here. Primes the ball, chest pass to Rouge, and a foul, and it will be on Cameron Miles, the young man from Fresno, California, will be the foul. That's Coach O not really happy about that call. First personal of the evening, 10:14 to go in the first half. Inbound for Allen and the Tigers, gets it over to Prime. Prime from the left wing now the left corner. Tigers with the ball now as they lead by 7, 22-15 against West Hills College Coalinga. Primes from the left wing now, moving in between the circles, back over to Crossaway to Irade. 4 to shoot, and it goes on in. This is a good Tiger squad that can shoot, folks. 24-15, Reedley College out in front. Richmond will take the ball across the timeline now. Almost stepped out of bounds, and indeed he did. Actually, it was going to be a foul, and it will be on Keonson Primes, I should say. The sophomore from Madera. His first personal of the evening. So it will be an inbound for the Falcons on the left-hand side of your screen. Primes the ball now, dribbles actually, my apologies, that's Richmond down the lane, puts it in there. Noah Richmond, the two-point basket makes it a 7-point game, 24-17. Reedley College out in front. Primes the ball now, dribbles the right hand to the right wing, back over to Crossway to Irade. Irade now moving to the right corner, chest pass to Albuena. Now moving, Primes. Craig, top of the key, mishandles it, and a traveling call indeed on Craig. So it makes it a very interesting position right here if you are West Hills College Coalinga. You're trailing by 7, 24-17. You get a couple good possessions right now, you can be back in the driver's seat in this one. Richmond with the ball, bounce pass to Miles, top of the key here. 9:04 to go, first half. And a whistle, and it will be on the Falcons. Coach O not really happy right now, has his arms up in the air. So it will be an inbound for the Tigers here, moving right to left on your screen. 9:02 to go here in Coalinga in the first half. 24-17, Reedley College out in front. Urade gets over to Primes, top of the key, back over to Urade. Urade to the right wing now. Albuena, top of the key, looking. Bounce pass. Davis working. Deflected away. Devion Edwards with the rejection. Here come the Falcons going back to work here. Richmond over to Johnson. It goes on in. Donovan Johnson, the freshman from Lemoore, with the two-point basket. Makes it a 24-19 game right now. 8:29 to go in the first half. Reedley College had that early lead. The Falcons are creeping right now here in this first half. Allen with the ball, dribbles the right hand now. Irade looking. On the right baseline, deflected away. Albuena pulls for three, and that's nothing but air. Rebounded by the Falcons. Falcons in transition. The Miles down the lane. hits the glass, and they're playing volleyball in the paint. Miles. So let's see what the call will be here. So 7:57 to go here in the first half, 24-19. Tigers out in front. It will be an inbound for Miles and the Falcons. Richmond with the ball now. 16 to shoot right now. Richmond with the ball now. Dribbles the right hand, goes to the right side. Looking, bounce pass to Johnson, hands it off over to Richmond. Richmond looking, pulls for a left wing three, almost goes in, and it's rebounded quickly by Davis and the Tigers. In transition to Prime, so Albuena, and it goes on in. Makes it a 26-19 game in favor of Reedley College. 7-point advantage for the Tigers here. Miles with the ball to the right wing. In the paint, right baseline, floats over the right hand, rolls around the globe, gets his own rebound. Still playing volleyball in the paint. It's contested and it's stolen away by the Tigers, and a foul, and it will be on West Hills College Coalinga. 7:11 to go here in half number one, 26-19. Reedley College out in front against your Falcons of West Hills College Coalinga, alongside with the quarterback of West Hills College Coalinga, our camera guy tonight, Jack Garcia. I'm Brian Welch. Glad to have you along here from Coalinga. It's been a very interesting first half indeed for your West Hills College Coalinga Falcons. They have not led once tonight here at the Falcons gym, as it will be an Sosa with the ball, top of the key, gets it over to Albuena. Spin move, looking. Back over to Urade, top of the key now. Davis finds Sosa in the left corner, now throws it over. Prime's looking, 8 to shoot, floats it up, and it's gonna be stolen away. Here comes Miles on the breakaway. Miles down the lane, and he draws the foul, and he'll go to the free throw line with 6:41 to go here in half number one, 26-19. Reedley College out in front. If you're West Hills College Coalinga, you want to cash these free throws in right now, as the bonus is in favor of the Falcons. As Miles will go to the free throw line, the young man from Fresno, California. Nothing but twine for Miles. Makes it a 6-point game. This has been a very close one. So the Falcons trying to start off on the right foot in CVC play. We still got a whole lot of basketball to go. The second free throw on the way, and it goes on in, makes it a 5-point game, 26-21. Reedley College out in front. Primes the ball now to the right wing. Trying to drive, looking. Davis, right block, and it's stolen away by Johnson. And now it's stolen away. Sosa. Albuena, left wing three. Rattles in and out, rebounded quickly by the Falcons. And here come the Falcons going back to work here. 6:20 to go here, first half, 26-21. Reedley College out in front here. Richmond with the ball now. Now speeds, pivots, floats it over to Johnson to the right wing. Looking, bounce pass to Edwards, in the paint, kicks it out, off from the left corner. Goes on in. Amundu with the triple, makes it a 2-point game. The closest the game has been so far tonight, 26-24, Reedley College out in front. Albuena finds Sosa. Sosa guarded by Miles. A three from Davis in the left corner, no good. Rebounded by in the Falcons. Here come the Falcons going back to work here. A chance to tie it or take the lead away. Edwards wanted to look for a three, but decided not to. Off from the left way, goes on in, and that's a great basket right there by the young man from Maryland. 27-26, Falcons out in front against Reedley College. 5:21 to go here, and head coach Richard Jennings of Reedley College takes a timeout. We'll take a timeout with him as well. Falcons with their first lead of the night as they lead by one, 27-26. We'll be right back after this. This is Falcons basketball on the Falcons Audio Network. 5:21 to go here in half number one, alongside of Jet Garcia. I'm Brian Welch. Glad to have you along here from Coalinga here on the Falcons Audio Network. Here's your Falcons trailed all the way until now with a nice three-point basket by the young man from Germantown, Maryland. So the Falcons will go back to work here defensively as the Tigers have that ball for the first time as they trail by one. Primes gets it over to crossway to Sosa. Sosa dribbling at the left hand now, top of the key. Chest pass over to crossway to Rude. He slips, and a traveling call will be called for the Tigers. 5:07 to go here in half number one. Falcons going back to work here. Richmond at the ball now, moving the ball across the timeline, moving it left to right. Richmond at the ball now, dribbling at the left hand, goes to the left wing. Over to top of the key. Miles finds Edwards in that right baseline, mishandles it, still fighting for it, and it's going to be turned over. Sosa in transition all by himself, righty layup, and it goes on in. Lucas Sosa, the freshman from Sierra Pacific High in Hanford, with the two-point basket, makes it a one-point advantage for the Tigers, 28-27. Reedley College out in front, with the basket, and it's going to be rebounded and stolen away by the Tigers. In transition, Sosa again, and it goes on in. Now with the left-handed layup, makes it a 30-27 game in favor of Reedley College, and a technical foul on Devion Edwards with 4:17 to go here in half number one. Actually, it'll be on Devion Edwards. Devion Edwards, I should say, with the technical. So Rug will go to the free throw line to handle the technical shots. 4:17 to go here in half number one. First free throw by Rug goes through, makes it a 31-27 game in favor of Reedley College. Second free throw goes through, 32-27. Reedley College out in front. So here they go. Falcons back to work on defense after the technical foul. So here comes Abuena and the Tigers. Back over to crossway to Sosa. Sosa to the left wing. Prime's moving the ball across in between the circles, now to the left wing. Abuena, top of the key now. 4:04 to go in the first half. Sosa from the right wing, back over to Rouge. Rouge down the lane, 15-footer. It hits the iron, and it rebounded quickly by the Falcons. Rebounded by Johnson. Here come the Falcons going back to work here. Richmond to Miles from the right corner. Drives, and it goes right in the arms of Rouge. Here come the Tigers back in transition. And the ball will go out of play. A little bit of happy feet right there by Reedley College. So the Falcons will get the ball back here as they trail by 5, 32-27. 3:40 to go here in the first half. Stay tuned for the Falcons halftime show. Get a chance to look at some of the scores from across the college basketball landscape. All that coming up on the Falcons halftime show here from Coalinga. Inbound for the Tigers here. Schimpf with the inbound. Primes receives it. Top of the key now, dribbling with the right hand, yo-yoing the ball. Abuena finds Schimpf from the left corner. Back over to crossway to Abuena. Kicks it out. Primes for three, and it goes on in. The young man from Madera with a three-point basket makes it a 35-27 game with 3:17 to go before halftime. Richmond at the ball now, gets it over to Miles to the right wing. Richmond to Johnson, back over. Finds Edwards, lefty layup, and it goes on in. Makes it a 6-point game, 35-29. Reedley College out in front of 3 minutes to go, first half. Primes the ball now, dribbling the left hand, back over to Abuena. Hands it off to Rouge. Simp with the ball, back to Rouge again. Down the left side now, floats it up with the left hand, and it goes on in after kissing the backboard. Makes it a 37-29 game, 8-point advantage for the Tigers. Edwards, drive it in. And he draws the foul, and he'll go to the free throw line. 2:32 to go here in half number one, 37-29. Reedley College out in front. As Davion Edwards will go to the free throw line, shooting 2. As DeAndre Johnson waits at the scorer's table. First free throw by Edwards goes through. The young man averaging 12.8 points per game this season. Makes it a 7-point game, 37-30. Second free throw is made. Makes it a 6-point advantage for the Tigers, 37-31 with 2:32 to go here in half number one. Inbound for Albuena and the Tigers here. Albuena will take the ball across the timeline, moving right to left on your screen here in this first half. Dribbling with the left hand now. Chest pass over across the way to his teammate Holland. Albuena now looking right baseline, floats it up with the right hand, hits the right side, and it's rebounded by the Falcons, and it will be Falcons ball. So let's see what's going to happen here. So Miles will go to the free throw line. Makes it a 5-point advantage for Reedley College, 37-32. Inbound for the Falcons here, 2:15 to go. As DeAndre Johnson will handle the inbound on the left-hand side of your screen. Gets it over to Miles, back over to crossway to Johnson. Richmond speeding, drives down the lane, floats it up, goes in for 2. Noah Richmond with a 2-point basket, makes it a 3-point game right now. 37-34, Reedley College out in front. Primes over to cross the way to Craig, and it goes on in. Makes it a 5-point game right now, 39-34. Reedley College out in front. Miles the ball, gets it over to Johnson. Pull over to Edwards. Edwards in the paint now. And reverse layup, and it goes on in, making it a 3-point game right now, 39-36. Reedley College out in front now. Primes the ball now. Looking. Chest pass over to cross the way to Holland. Holland from the left wing now. Dribble with the right hand. 1:28 to go, first half. Rouge with the ball now. Floats it up. Hits the glass. Playing volleyball in the paint, and it's stolen away by Davion Edwards. And here come the Falcons going back to work here. Rich with the ball now to the left wing. Chest pass to Edwards in the paint. Righty layup, and it goes on in. Makes it a 1-point game right now here with 65 seconds to go here in the first half. 39-38. Reedley College out in front. Primes the ball now. Looking. Dribbles to the left hand. Throws it over to Craig, but a miscommunication. Falcons ball. Here come the Falcons going back to work here. Richmond, a little bit of a interesting way he tried to move that ball down the floor, somehow mishandled it. And let's see who will be the recipient of the foul with 51 seconds to go here in the first half. As it will be on Kesion Primes, the sophomore, his second personal. As the young man from Washington, D.C., Noah Richmond will handle the free throw as Davis checks into the game for the Tigers. So 51 seconds to go here in the half. 39-38, a potential tying game as that hits the back iron, rebounded by the Tigers. And here come the Tigers going back to work here. Rouge with the ball to the left wing now. And it's stolen away. Richmond with the steal. Richmond in transition. Lefty layup, and it goes on home. Noah Richmond with the 2-point basket, and the Falcons out in front by 1, 40-39. Holland, right corner, hits that iron, rebounded by the Falcons. Miles the ball now, 26 seconds to go and counting in the half number one. Richmond at the ball now. Falcons out in front by 1. Second time the Falcons have had the lead so far tonight. Richmond at the ball now, 11 seconds to go here. Shot clock turned off. Now going, dribbles the right hand, floats it up, shoots, hits the front iron, and it's rebounded by Albuena. Floats it, and it actually hits the ceiling, and that's how the first half ends here in Coalinga. as your West Hills College Coalinga Falcons out in front by 1 as they lead 40-39 against Reedley College. We'll be right back with the Falcons halftime show here in Coalinga. This is Falcons basketball on the Falcons Audio Network. Halftime here in Coalinga as your West Hills College Coalinga Falcons leading Reedley College in the Central Valley Conference opener here on the west side of the San Joaquin Valley as they lead 40-39 against Reedley College. I'm Brian Welch, the Falcons Audio Network. Glad to have you along here from Coalinga. It was kind of a shaky start for the Falcons offensively, but going to the free throw line, some timely baskets. Makes it a very interesting one going into the second half. But let's talk about some of the scores from across the college basketball landscape as we look to the top 25, it's actually North Carolina leading North Carolina State 55-48 with 7:47 to go in the second half. It is tied up in Memphis between UTSA and Memphis at 81 apiece. How you doing, Coach? It is UConn and Xavier battling it out right now. It's halftime in Xavier. It is UConn leading by 4, 42-38. It's in the Big Ten country. It's Ohio State going up against Wisconsin. It's the Badgers leading by 3, 43-40. And we go to Big 12 country. It is TCU leading by 4 against number 9 Oklahoma, 29-25. As Marquette is leading by 9, 30-21 against Butler. UCF actually beats Kansas, number 3 Kansas at home, 65-60. Mississippi State defeats number 5 Tennessee, 77-72. Virginia Tech defeats Clemson, 87-72. Those are some of the scores from across the top 25 here on this Wednesday night. Here on the west side of the San Joaquin Valley, we got the second half action for you. 40-39 is our halftime score. Falcons out in front. We'll be right back with our interview with the young man from Coalinga, Jet Garcia. We'll be right back after this. More of the Falcons halftime show. This is Falcons basketball on the Falcons IU Network. As promised, we have that interview with Jet Garcia, the starting quarterback for West Hills College Coalinga, and he's acting as our camera guy tonight here on the Falcons IU Network. Jet, former Horntoad of Coalinga High School, guy played at Chuck Gardner Memorial Bowl all his life. Now he plays for the Falcons. Jet, how you doing tonight, my friend?
Having a blast.
Well, that's good to hear, my friend. That's good to hear. Your Falcons in football finished 5-5 overall. A great 2-game winning streak to go into the off season. We were talking about this before we went on the air. We were talking about spring. I mean, your second spring. I mean, with junior college ball now having spring ball, it's like going to have a chance to play some spring ball in the next couple of months.
Oh, I'm super excited.
Hold the microphone a little bit up there, my friend.
I'm super excited. Having more people coming in the spring, having just another year to have some fun, get better.
Talking with the starting quarterback of your West Hills College Coalinga Falcons for the football team, Jet Garcia, a guy who played varsity as a sophomore for the Toads.
Yes, sir.
When you look back on that, do you just look at that and just like, I can't believe that I was that young playing on the varsity level?
Oh yeah, at the time I knew it, and everybody was bigger. I got to get the jitters out, so I think it helped me a lot to mature as a player. So.
And we've seen that maturity in a West Hills College Coalinga Falcons uniform. You got the starting job, and then you get injured against Foothill College in the first game of the season. Then you have Jim Boyd. Jim Boyd had some good moments this season for the Falcons. And then you recover from your injury, and then you go on a tear at the end of the season. How would you rate your season for the Falcons?
As a team or as a personal effort?
As a personal effort for you, Jet.
It was really tough to come back from that injury, not doing anything physical for a month, and that was the toughest part of just getting back in the groove, even after I healed.
And Jet, I know we want football season to be back. I know we're chomping at the bit for fall to come, but is there anything you want to say to the Falcons fans? A little bit of a preview for West Hills College Coalinga Falcons football for the spring. We'll have the spring game here on the Falcons IU Network, but what do you expect? What do you want to have? What can fans expect for this 2024 Falcon squad?
Oh, just expect a couple more horn toads out there. Having fun in our hometown.
Well, that's good to hear. That's the quarterback of your West Hills College Coalinga Falcons, Jet Garcia. He's also the great camera guy tonight as well here at the Falcons gym. Jet, thank you so much for hopping on our halftime show, and we're going to have a great second half, my friend.
Thanks for having me.
That's Jet Garcia. We'll be right back with the second half action. Falcons out in front by 1, 40-39 against Reedley College. Second half action coming up right after the break. This is Falcons basketball on the Falcons IU Network. We begin the second half here in Coalinga, 40-39. Falcons out in front against Reedley College. I'm Brian Welch with the Falcons Audio Network. Our camera guy tonight is Jet Garcia, the star quarterback for West Hills College Coalinga. Glad to be a part of your Wednesday evening, wherever you may be watching Falcons basketball here on the Falcons Audio Network, as the Falcons move moving right to left on your screen and the Tigers moving left to right. The Falcons with a 1-point lead. Can they keep their lead intact here as we begin the second half? Inbound for the Falcons here. Richmond with the ball, dribbles the right hand, back over the crossway to Aw. Aw looking over to crossway to Johnson. Finds a way and it's deflected away. Simp with the deflection. It'll still remain a Falcons ball. 10 seconds gone by here in the second half. 40-39, Falcons out in front against Reedley College. It will be Johnson with the inbound, gets it over to Aw. Aw finds Richmond from the left corner. Now trying to drive in here. Guarded quickly by Davis. Looking, floats over the right hand, and he draws the foul. Noah Richmond will go to the free throw line with 19:43 to go here in the second half. So the foul will be accredited to Kareem Davis, the freshman from Independence High School. Independence High School in the Bakersfield area. As Noah Richmond will go to the free throw line, the young man from Washington, D.C., the sophomore 5'11 guard. Makes the first basket. Actually, does not make the first one, I should say. Or he did not make the first one, my apologies. He does a little bit late on the scoreboard. Thought I was going crazy. Second free throw does not go through. 41-39, Falcons out in front by 2. Irade with the ball, gets it all over to Albuena, top of the key now. Albuena directing traffic here. Finds Davis in the right wing, back over to Albuena. Albuena in the right corner, finds Rouge for a 3, hits the glass, and it's rebounded by the Falcons. Falcons going back to work here, moving right to left on your screen. Richmond with the ball, chest pass over across the way to Miles. Miles in the left corner now, finds Edwards, left block 2, hits the glass, and hits the iron as well, and it's rebounded by Reedley College. Albuena with the ball now, dribbles to the left hand, down the lane, and Davis with the putback, still fighting for it, and it will be Tigers ball. This is a Tiger squad, 4-8 overall, and a 3-game losing streak. Both these teams on losing streaks and below 500 on the season. Falcons trying to improve to 7-7. Albuena with the ball, dribbles the right hand, 15-footer, and it will go on in, circles around the globe, and we're all even up at 41 apiece. Richmond with the ball now, dribbles the left hand now, top of the key. 18:45 to go, second half. Pass almost deflected away, but the Falcons still have it. Johnson in the paint, lefty layup, goes in, count the basket. He'll go to the free throw line. Nigel Johnson, the sophomore from Atlanta, Georgia, with the basket, and he'll go to the free throw line shooting 1. So here's the free throw on the way from Nigel Johnson. And it will rattle on out. Rebounded by Reedley College. Tigers moving left to right. 18:30 to go in the second half. Albuena on the right baseline, speeds it up, kicks it out, and the ball will go out of play. And that might be it will go out of play. Almost a backcourt violation on the Tigers. So this Falcons squad leading by 2, 43-41. The Reedley College squad has not been behind in this game much. Inbound for the Falcons here, all with the ball. Dribbles the right hand to the right wing now. Speeds it up now, mishandles it, stolen away by Simp. Here they go in transition. Irade to Albuena. That ball stolen away, and it will be a foul, and it will be on Nigel Johnson, the sophomore. His first personal, so it will be an inbound for the Tigers. Irade handling the inbound on that right baseline. 18:10 to go, second half, 43-41. Falcons out in front of this CVC opener. Irade floats it to Albuena. Albuena with the ball now. Chest pass to Irade to the left wing. Floats it over the head of Solorio. And it will not be caught. It will be Falcons ball. 18:06 to go in the second half. 43-41. Falcons leading by 2. Richmond speeding down the floor. Dribbling at the left hand now. Guarded by Albuena. Now looking top of the key. Richmond now moves to the right side. Bounce pass to Johnson, top of the key now. Back to Richmond. Richmond to the left wing now. Tosses it to Miles to the right wing. Looking. Now looking. Froze for a 2. Goes in. Beautiful basketball right there. 45-41. West Hills College Coalinga out in front. 17:30 to go in the second half. Urade with the ball now. Looking. Back to Rouge. Moves to the left side now to Albuena. Solorio with the ball, top of the key. Now hands it off to Urade. Urade now dribbling with the right hand. Goes to the right block. Floats it up with the right hand. And it's going to be stolen away, rebounded, and so it will be 5 seconds put back on the shot clock as Urade will handle the inbound on that right baseline on the right-hand side of your screen. Finds his man, Schimpf, floats it up with the right hand, and it will go on in, and it will count. Makes it a 2-point game, 45-43. West Hills College Coalinga out in front. Hands it off to Miles with the right wing now. Under 17 minutes ago, second half. Looking. Finds Johnson down the lane. And he draws the foul. From that left baseline, Nigel Johnson wanted to go with a two-handed hammer. Does not get the points, but he'll go to the free throw line as the Falcons lead by 2, 45-43 with 16:45 to go here in the second half. First free throw on the way from Johnson goes through, makes it a 46-43 game in favor of the Falcons. Falcons playing pretty good right now. They've kept the lead out of the Tigers' hands in the second half. This Falcon squad playing very well. Can they keep it up here? And the second free throw goes through, makes it a 47-43 game. Falcons out in front, 6:43 to go, second half. Albuena with the ball now, moving across the timeline. Chest pass over to Urade to the right wing. Now looking, a little bit of miscommunication. Throws it over, primes with the ball, floats it up with the right hand, hits the iron, is rebounded quickly by the Falcons. Here come the Falcons going back to work here. Richmond the ball to the left wing now, down the lane, mishandles it, and it's a turnover right there. Here comes Primes going back to work. Dribbles the left hand. Albuena, righty away at the putback, and it's stolen away by the Falcons. Falcons with numbers. Johnson down the lane, righty layup. Nigel Johnson with a 2-point basket, and Richard Jennings, the head coach of Reedley College, takes a timeout here at the Falcons gym. 49-43, West Hills College Coalinga out in front against Reedley College. Timeout here in Coalinga. 16:04 to go in the second half. Glad to have you along here from Coalinga. Some of the Falcons out in front so far here this evening. That first half, it was kind of a little bit of an interesting one for the Falcons. It was Reedley College that had that early lead, but into that second half, the Falcons finding that offense. You know what? Drawing fouls and going to the free throw line still works. A little old-time basketball here on the west side of the San Joaquin Valley, but glad to have you along here wherever you may be listening or watching the Falcons basketball here on the Falcons Audio Network. The Falcons keep this game in their favor here as they lead by 6, 49-43, 16:04 to go in the second half. Tigers will receive the inbound, moving left to right on your screen. Urade will move it up the floor, dribbles the left hand, moves the ball across the timeline. Primes the ball to the left corner, guarded by Richmond. Chest pass to Albuena. Dribbles the right hand, hands it off to Rouge, and a foul, and it will be on Cameron Miles. Cameron Miles has a foul already. So it will be an inbound for the Tigers. 15:52 to go, second half, 49-43. Falcons out in front. Urade with the inbound. Chest pass over to Crosswood of Primes. Primes with the ball now. Chest pass to Arati from the right wing now. Back over to Albuena. Dribbles the left hand, floats it up, hits the glass, and it will be not saved, and it will be Falcons ball. And the Falcons playing very well right now to start off the second half. 15:40 to go, second half here in Coalinga. Falcons in white, Tigers in black. This Falcon squad playing well so far on this Wednesday evening on the west side of the San Joaquin Valley in the heart of Coalinga. Richmond with the ball now, dribbles the left hand, now to the right, guarded by Primes. To that left wing right now, moving the ball. A screen by Edwards, down the lane, puts it in there with the right hand. Noah Richmond with a 2-point basket, makes it a 51-43 game in favor of the Falcons. Primes the ball to the right wing now, dribbles to the left hand now, finds a wide open Sosa. Left corner for Sosa, hits the nylon, nothing but air, rebounded by the Falcons. Richmond turning the Jets on, stops, shoots, goes in! Count the basket. Noah Richmond will go to the free throw line, shooting one with 15:02 to go in the second half. 53-43, largest lead of the evening for the Falcons right here, as Noah Richmond, the young man from Washington, D.C., will try to extend that to 11. And that free throw goes through. 54-43, Falcons out in front here against Reedley College. Tigers the ball now, moving left to right on your screen. Primes moving the ball, gets it back over to crossway to Sosa. Rouge now. Sosa in the left wing, finds Arade. Primes in the right wing now, guarded by Richmond. Bounce pass to Arade, mishandles it, able to regain it now. 5 to shoot now for the Tigers. Sosa floats it up, and it's not even going to be close. Hits the iron, rebound it quickly. That was a desperation shot. Here come the Falcons going back to work here. Richmond gets it over to Edwards, hands it back over to Richmond. Screen by Edwards. Noah Richmond playing well so far. And that ball deflected away, and it's going to be a foul on the Tigers. It will be Macchiaro Soloria with the foul. As the Tigers will sub in players, it is Carlos Craig, the freshman from Clovis East, will sub in for the Tigers, or will go in for the Tigers of Reedley College. So it will be an inbound for the Falcons. Johnson gets it over to Richmond, top of the key now. 14-11 to go, second half. And that ball is deflected away as Urade climbed the ladder for that one. Holy moly. I think Urade is playing the wrong sport. I think he should be a wide receiver for Reedley College. Maybe Richard Hammond should know that. The offensive coordinator for Reedley College. Edwards in the paint. Run! It goes in with a righty floater. Makes it a 56-43 game. Falcons out in front. Sosa with the ball from the right baseline, deflected away, and it will be actually hit the bottom, so it will be Coach O's been very vocal this evening here at the Falcons gym about some of the calls. 13:53 to go in the second half as Smith checks back in for the Tigers. 56-43, Falcons out in front against Reedley College. Here in the second half, inbound for Sosa on that left baseline. Sosa looking. And now another whistle. Cameron Miles with the foul. Inbound once again, part two. 13:53 to go. 20 seconds left on the shot clock. Sosa with the inbound, gets it away, and it's stolen away. Falcons with the steal, with the turnover. Johnson down the lane, righty lip, and it goes on in. Nigel Johnson he's starting to become that player of the game conversation right now. 58-43, Falcons out in front here. Falcons out in front by 15. Primes on the right baseline. Stolen away, intercepted by Cameron Miles. And here come the Falcons going back to work here, moving right to left on your screen. Richmond at the ball, dribbles to the right hand now. Finds Cameron Miles to the right wing. Looking. 13-16 to go, second half. Johnson, jump shot, hits the back iron, and they're playing, they're gonna, a big collision between DeAndre Johnson and Craig. The Falcons trying to find a way to keep this game going in their favor. Starting to get a little bit of physical here at the Falcons gym, just a little bit. 13:06 to go here in the second half. That ball's all is stolen away, and that's suffocating defense right there by West Hills College Coalinga. This Reedley College squad can't really move a muscle offensively. Sosa with the ball, dribbles to the left hand, back over across the way to Primes. Primes to the left wing now, pulls for a left wing three, and it goes in. Wow. This Reedley College squad can shoot, folks. 12:44 to go, second half, 58-46. Falcons out in front by 12, and that's a violation. It's actually the Falcons call a timeout. Will this be a 30-second timeout or a full timeout here at the gym? As it will be a 30-second timeout. We'll stay right here on the Falcons Audio Network. 12:40 to go here in the second half. 58-46, Falcons out in front against Reedley College, alongside with the camera guy, Jet Garcia. I'm Brian Welch. Glad to have you along here, wherever you may be watching Falcons basketball here on the Falcons Audio Network. So now join us here in Coalinga. What an interesting game for the Falcons. They trailed in the early part of the first half, but midway through the first half, at the end of the first half, the Falcons squad got a 1-point lead as they led 40-39 against Reedley College going into the break. But now it's the Falcons leading 58-46 against Reedley College. This will indeed be this was a 30-second timeout, but the clock is being a little bit weird right now, but we'll stay right here on the Falcons Audio Network. 58-46, Falcons out in front. Falcons in white, Tigers in black here tonight for the CVC opener. Both teams trying to find a way to get their best foot forward to start off conference play. Falcons trying to improve to 7-7 overall. So it will be actually the clock is being very weird right now, reading 28 seconds. So now we're waiting. 18 seconds to go here. And now the horn sounds. And the pause continues. Now we're still waiting, and now the clock sounds, and it's 12:38 to go here in the second half. Pivotal possession for the Falcons here, moving right to left on your screen. Cameron Miles will handle the inbound, moving right to left. As they'll handle the inbound. Gets it over to Nigel Johnson. Nigel Johnson. And that defense of the Tigers being fierce right now. As Sosa will handle the inbound is actually. We'll go back to work here. It will be Sosa with the inbound on that left baseline. Looking. Bounce past the Primes. Primes with a righty layup, and it goes on in. Making it a 58-48 game. Falcons out in front here. Now the defense of the Tigers intensifying. Johnson from the right corner hits the right side of the iron, rebounded by Reedley College. Craig down the lane, righty layup, does not go in, and it will be contested, and it will be a foul on, actually, no foul was given, so it will be an inbound for the Tigers. 12:17 to go here in the second half. Sosa with the inbound, back over to crossway to Craig. Craig in the paint, back to Sosa. Finds Simph, top of the key, straightaway three, goes in and out. Rebounded by Devion Edwards, and here come the Falcons going back to work here. 12:08 to go in the second half, 58-48. 10-point advantage for the Falcons of West Hills College Coalinga. Richmond floats it up with the right hand, goes in. Nylon for Noah Richmond. 12-point lead for the Falcons, 60-48 against Reedley College. Primes the ball to the left wing, gets it over to crossway to Simph. Now looks, kicks it out. Primes in the left corner. Goes in and out, playing volleyball in the paint, and it's stolen away by Johnson and the Falcons. Here come the Falcons going back to work here, moving right to left on your screen. 11:31 to go, second half, 60-48. Richmond hits the iron, and it's rebounded by Simph and the Tigers. Falcons out in front by 12, 60-48. Rug with the ball now, top of the key, chest pass over to cross away to Simph. Back over to Rug now to that right wing. Floats it up, and it's stolen away. Nigel Johnson with the steal. Johnson, and now it will be a charge. It will be a blocking foul, I should say. My apologies. On Rouge. So the Falcons keeping this offense going here. 11:09 to go in the second half. 60-48. Falcons out in front by 12 here. Inbound for the Falcons as Donovan Johnson, the freshman, handles the inbound. Nigel Johnson the ball now. Back over across the way to Richmond. Richmond directing traffic here. Now looking. Richmond dribbles to the left hand. Throws it over to Johnson to the left corner now. Left baseline, down the lane, and it's swatted away by Aboyan and the Tigers. Primes down the lane, and it will be stolen away. Aboyan, they're still battling for it. Here they go. It will be Allen. Kicks it out over to Crossway Primes. Primes in the right corner, right baseline. Finds a wide open Albuena. Back over to Primes, right corner three, and it goes on in. And that's been the bright spot so far for Reedley College. That three-point ball has been dangerous and fierce tonight. Johnson gets the back over to Crossaway to Richmond. Richmond dribbles the right hand now. 10:18 to go, second half, 60-51. Falcons out in front here. 9-point advantage here. Johnson to that left corner now. Back over to Crossaway to Johnson. Nigel Johnson. Oh, and he falls down, and a traveling call. And Coach O is not happy because Nigel Johnson got tripped right there. Nigel Johnson did not go on the ground all by himself. A little bit of help there. So it will be an inbound for the Tigers here. 10:05 to go, second half, 60-51. Falcons out in front. That lead is dwindling. Can they find a way to get their lead back here? Albuena with the ball now. Dribbles to the left hand now, looking. Finds Allen. Primes the ball to the right wing now, trying to drive. Stops, looking. Finds Simph, top of the key, three. Hits the iron, rebounded and wrestled away by Johnson, but now a foul. Now Coach O, again, he's not very happy right now. On Nigel Johnson. As Albuena will handle that inbound on the right baseline, 60-59, 9:44 to go in the second half. Floats it over to Crossway to Sim, mishandles it, and that ball might roll out of play, and indeed it will, and it will be Falcons ball. That's the second time that has happened for Reedley College. You know what? You got to fall on the sword sometimes, because if that ball was still in play, that would have been a backcourt violation. Or you could have made the argument that it was deflected, but it was a definite backcourt violation. So the Falcons will go back to work here. 9:41 to go. Second half, 60-51. Falcons out in front. Johnson with the inbound now on the left-hand side of your screen. Finds Nigel. Goes to the right wing now. Back over across with Miles. Top of the key now. Finds Nigel. Trying to drive in here. Nigel down the lane. Righty layup. No good. And stolen away. Now they're wrestling for it. Second chance, and it goes on in. Count the basket. Hugo to the free throw line. The young man from Atlanta, Georgia, will be going to the free throw line to shoot one. Nigel Johnson, and he might be our Falcons player of the game. We shall see with the Falcons post-game show. 9:24 to go here in the second half, 62-51. Falcons out in front here as the Falcons lead by 11. Free throw on the way, and it rattles on home, 63-51. Falcons out in front here. Falcons lead by a dozen, 63-51 here in the CVC opener against Reedley College. Albuena with the ball now, hands it off over to Craig. Craig finds Urade, back to Craig. Craig mishandles the ball on the carpet, regains it. Back over, deflected away, Devion Edwards. And what a save right there by Cameron Miles. And here come the Falcons going back to work here. Miles dribbling the right hand now to the right wing. Chest pass over to Edwards, top of the key. Finds Johnson, Nigel Johnson, I should say. Now looking, 8:49 to go, second half. Miles to the right wing now, back over to Johnson. Johnson down the lane, deflected away and rejected by Davis. In transition, Albuena down the lane, trying to find somebody. Kicks it out over to Crossway to Allen. Allen to the right wing now. Looking, 8:30 to go in the second half. Bounce pass to Craig. Craig in the paint. Floats it with the right hand, hits the heel, and it's rebounded by the Falcons. Here come the Falcons going back to work here. Coach Ho saying, hey, hold your horses, guys. Let's chew some clock here. 8:16 to go here, second half. 63-51. Falcons out in front here in this Central Valley Conference opener. Johnson of the ball, back over to Crossway to Miles. Johnson finds Nigel. Nigel dribbling the right hand now. Finds a way, right wing three, and it goes on in. DeAndre Johnson, the freshman from Lemoore, with the triple, makes it a 66-51 game with under 8 minutes to go here in the second half. Full timeout taken on the floor. We'll take a timeout with from Falcons on rails in the second half. We'll be right back after this. More action from Coalinga. This is Falcons basketball on the Falcons Audio Network. $7:57 to go here in Coalinga in regulation. 66-51. West Hills College Coalinga Falcons out in front against Reedley College in the Central Valley Conference opener. I'm Brian Welch alongside with Jet Garcia. Man, this is a Falcon squad. A tale of two halves indeed. Very a rocky start for this Falcon squad on the offensive side in that first half, but the offense has come alive. And a little bit of defense as well. Tigers the ball now. Urade gets it back over to Crossway to Allen. Hands it off to Albuena. Albuena finds it, gets over to Allen, and he stepped out of, actually that'd be a little bit of double dribble. Excuse me, sorry. 7:43 to go here in Coalinga as it will be an inbound for the Falcons here. My apologies, that was actually a backcourt violation. Albuena to Craig, righty layup, and it goes on home. Makes it a 66-53 game in favor of the Falcons. 7:33 to go here in regulation. Johnson the ball, kicks it out over to Crossway to Johnson for three, goes on in. Donovan Johnson, the former Tiger of Lemoore High, with the triple, makes it a 69-53 game. Rouge wants to make some three magic, hits the heel. Rebounded by Devion Edwards, able to almost save it, but it will be Tigers ball. 7:14 to go here in regulation. 69-53, Falcons out in front against Reedley College as Urarte will handle the inbound on that right baseline on the right-hand side of your screen. Finds it, gets it over to Albuena to the right wing. Now looking. Down the lane, he goes. Does not go in. Rebounded by Johnson. Donovan Johnson, the young man from the Moore. Now Nigel Johnson speeding across the timeline, moving right to left. Wide open, almost had a right-handed slam dunk, but it did not go in. But a foul. So it will be, as it will be on the Falcons. So a 6:51 to go here in regulation. Makes it a 69-53 game as the Tigers rolling the ball across the timeline now. Now they pick it up. Uriarte with the ball now. Dribbles with the right hand. Goes to the right block. Now finds a wide open Abuena from the left corner. Hits the front iron. Playing volleyball in the paint. And it's stolen away by Richmond and the Falcons. Here come the Falcons going back to work here. Richmond with the ball now. Dribbling with the left hand. Moving the ball to the right. Dribbling with the right hand now. Top of the key. Guarded by Primes. Finds Johnson in the left wing now. Edwards looking. Finds Richmond in the right wing now. Now drives to the right block. Finds Johnson, and it almost goes in after hitting the glass and that iron. Here they go. Primes on the return here. Looking. Primes finds a wide open Albuena. Left wing three. Nothing but air. They're put back by Primes. Hits the front iron. Playing volleyball in the paint. And the Falcons will go back to work here under 6 minutes ago here in regulation. 69-53. Falcons out in front here. Richmond with the ball now. Gets it back over to crossaway to Johnson. Finds Johnson. Actually, Andre Johnson. Edwards almost got it in there as rebounded by Davis and the Tigers. Here come the Tigers going back to work here. 5:38 to go in regulation. Rouge finds Uriarte from the left side. Throws it over to Abuena. Kicks it out over to crossaway to Primes. Back to Rouge to the left wing. Hits the iron, and they're put back by Davis, and it will go on in, count the basket, as Davis will go to the free throw line. Davis from Independence High in Bakersfield with the chance to shoot one. So a timeout taken by West Hills College Coalinga. 5:27 to go here in regulation, and it will be a full timeout, so we'll take a timeout with them. We got a good one here in Coalinga. West Hills College Coalinga leading 69-55 against Reedley College. We'll be right back with more action from Coalinga. This is Falcons basketball on the Falcons Audio Network. .527 to go here in regulation as your West Hills College Coalinga Falcons leading 69-55 against Reedley College. I'm Brian Welch. Glad to have you along here from Coalinga. Our camera guy tonight is the famous quarterback, Jet Garcia, for West Hills College Coalinga, former Horn Toad of Coalinga High, as it will be Kyrion Davis to the free throw line, shooting one with 5:27 to go here in regulation. First, that free throw goes through. So now a substitute comes in. It will be Joey Sanchez, the freshman from Kingsburg, checks in for the Tigers with 5:27 to go here in regulation. Falcons leading 69-56. Richmond the ball now, dribbles to the left hand, spin move, kicks it out over to crossaway to Nigel Johnson. And the Falcons try and play a little bit of keep away here against Reedley College. Finds Johnson right now. Donovan Johnson back to Richmond. Richmond down the lane. Floats it up, deflected away by Primes. And it will be Falcons ball. 69-56, Falcons out in front by 13 here tonight in the CVC opener here on the Falcons Audio Network. So it will be an inbound for this Falcons squad. Noah Richmond had a good conversation with Noah before the game. That's going to be a turnover. Here they go in transition. Rouge down the lane. Floats it up, hits the left, hits the front of the iron, rebounded quickly by West Hills College Coalinga. Richmond from Washington, D.C. I said, what was it like coming to Coalinga? The three on the way, and Cameron Miles buries it. 72-56. Falcons out in front, 4:41 to go here in Coalinga. And Matt Rouge said, hey, I can shoot the three ball pretty well. He's been shooting the three ball excellent tonight for the Tigers. Johnson down the lane, righty layup, and it goes on in. But getting back to Noah Richmond story. We're talking, you say, you know what, it was a little bit of a change being from the bustling city of the nation's capital in Washington, D.C., to the small town rural life of Coalinga. Bueno with the righty layup, and it goes in for two. And a timeout taken by head coach Richard Jennings with 4:13 to go here in regulation. 74-61, Falcons out in front, as this will be a 30-second timeout. We'll stay right here on the Falcons Audio Network. But talking with Noah Richmond, he said, you know what, it was a little bit of a change, but now he's been adjusting, as Noah Richmond averaging 8.7 points per game. But on Wednesday, January 24th at 6 p.m., West Hills College Coalinga will be welcoming in COS, or the College of the Sequoias. And over the last 12 years, West Hills College Coalinga has donated over 15,000 to the American Cancer Society. All proceeds from the door to the Falcon Flyers will be donated to the American Cancer Society in the name of Sonia Renee Campos, a longtime Falcons basketball supporter and a fan who lost her battle with colon cancer on November 11th, 2023. As there are memorial t-shirts for $25 each. That's limited supply. But come on out on January 24th to support the American Cancer Society. As the Falcons ready to go here. Moving right to left on your screen. 4:10 to go in regulation. 74-61. Falcons with the lead. Johnson now dribbling with the right hand. Top of the key now. Looking. Hands it off over to Johnson now. Back to Richmond. Richmond to the right wing now. Looking. Down the lane. Lefty hook shot. No good. The putback by Edwards. No good. The third time. And the third time is the charm. Devion Edwards with the basket makes it a 76-61 game in favor of the Falcons. Here they go with the ball now. Primes. Dribbles to the left hand now. Down to the right. Middle of the lane. Kicks it out over to Rouge. Right wing three. And that's been his sweet spot all night long. Matt Rouge likes shooting from that right wing spot. Makes it a 76-64 game. Falcons out in front here. 3:20 to go in regulation. Richmond of the ball now. Chewing some clock here for the Falcons. Falcons in white. Tigers in black. Johnson straight away three. Hits the front of the iron. Playing volleyball in the paint. A little bit of contact. And Cameron Miles not happy. Coach O not happy about how the calls have been going tonight. Telling the official his displeasure about that call is Cameron Miles. As Urade checks in for the Tigers, as it will be a 1-1 for Primes. 3:08 to go here in the second half. 76-64. Falcons out in front here. So here's the free throw on the way, ready to go here. That free throw does go through, so he'll go the free throw line once again. 76-65 is our score now here in Coalinga. This Falcon squad. Primes makes the second one. Well, I was saying before, this Falcon squad had a sluggish start to the game. They're able to turn it around here. Ball poked away, and it's going to be stolen away by the Tigers. Bueno with the ball now. Spin move, and it will go on in with a lefty floater. Makes it a 10-point game now, so you kind of feel that sense of urgency right now. Nigel Johnson and a foul, and it will be on Carlos Craig. So under 3 minutes to go here, 2:58 to be exact. This Falcon squad trying to keep their lead intact here, is a lead by 8 now. It's Nigel Johnson, been the workhorse so far for this Falcon squad. Him and Noah Richmond, also with the supporting characters of Devion Edwards and Donovan Johnson and DeAndre Johnson. It's been a good squad so far to watch. And the CVC opener, as Nigel Johnson will go to the free throw line with 2:58 to go here in regulation. 76-68 is our score, as it will be the free throw attempt for Nigel Johnson. Free throw hits the heel, and it's going to be rebounded quickly by the Tigers. Here we go. Here we go. Davis, and it goes on in with a righty layup. Makes it a 76-70 game. 6-point advantage for the Falcons. Edwards down the lane, draws the foul. And he'll go to the free throw line with 2:32 to go here in regulation. So Devion Edwards, the young man from Coalinga, California, originally from Pomona, California. He'll go to the free throw line. As Urade checks in, and also DeAndre Johnson as well for the Falcons. So this Falcon squad trying to find a way to keep the game intact here and start Central Valley Conference play with a win. First free throw by Devion Edwards goes through, 77-70. 7-point lead for the Falcons here, 2:32 to go here in this regulation. Free throw hits the heel, rebounded by Urade and the Tigers. Primes the ball now, back over to Urade. Urade now gets it over to Simph. Primes now, dribbles the right hand now to the left. Now looking, and a foul, and it will be on Reedley College. And the Falcons might want to start chewing some clock here. 2:19 to go in regulation. Falcons trying to improve to 7-7 overall. A chance to start conference play with a W. We still got a lot of basketball to go here. Richmond to the ball now, dribbles to the left hand, floats it over to Cameron Miles, back over to Richmond. Richmond now, ball's almost stolen away, and it's stolen away by Urade. Urade wrestling with Richmond, jump ball, possession arrow is in favor of Reedley College. So it will be Tigers ball here, 2:09 to go in regulation, 77-70. Falcons out in front here. This Falcon squad trying to find a way to get the win here to start off Central Valley Conference play. As Coach O not happy about this refereeing crew tonight. Bueno with the ball now to the right corner now, moves to the right wing, pulls for a three from the right side, no good. And it's rebounded, Simph with the rebound, got it for two, makes it a 5-point game here in Coalinga. And the roller coaster of a second half indeed here in Coalinga. Full timeout, we'll take a timeout with them. 1:56 to go in regulation. We got the conclusion of the Reedley College West Hills College Coalinga men's basketball game right after this, right here on the Falcons IU Network. $1:56 to go here in regulation. I'm Brian Welch, the Falcons IU Network. 77-72, Falcons out in front against the Tigers of Reedley College. Here on the west side of the San Joaquin Valley, our great camera guy tonight is Jet Garcia. As we get ready to go here, this is a pivotal possession for the Falcons here, moving right to left on your screen. Falcons in white, Tigers in black here. Johnson the ball now, back over to cross away to Miles. Miles dribbling with the right hand to Edwards, down the lane, lefty layup, and it rolls on home. Devion Edwards with a 2-point basket, 79-72, Falcons out in front here. Finds it, actually the ball hits the scorer's table. And it will be Falcons ball, 1:40 to go here in regulation. So here they go, inbound for Miles, back over to Edwards. Cameron with the ball now. And it will go out of play, and it will be Tigers. Actually, it will be Falcons ball. Originally, the referee said it was supposed to be Tigers ball, and Coach O almost lost it. But after a quick decision, it is Falcons ball here. 1:36 to go here in regulation. 79-72. Falcons out in front. Johnson the ball back over to Nigel. Nigel to the left wing now. Looking, double team, bounce pass to Andre Johnson over to Cameron Miles. Floats it up with the right hand, hits the glass. Rebounded by Edwards in the paint. Does not go through. And it's stolen away by Albuena and the Tigers. Here comes Craig in transition. Over to cross away to Primes with the lefty layup, and it goes on in. 1:14 to go here in regulation, 79-72. Falcons out in front here. Miles the ball now, back over to cross away. 5-on-4 player advantage, but no way. Here comes Albuena down the lane, righty layup, and he draws the foul. And he'll go to the free throw line shooting 2. 79-74, 61 seconds to go here in regulation. That foul on Noah Richmond. As Jaden Albuena, the freshman from Centennial High School in the Bakersfield area, will go to the free throw line right now. 79-74 in regulation, 1:01 to go. It's actually one of the Tigers, Urade, was down on the floor during that transition play, being checked by the Falcons training staff. Here's the free throw on the way from Albuena. And it will go through. 79-75, Falcons out in front by 4. A roller coaster of a second half indeed here in Coalinga. So here they go. Second free throw by Albuena goes through. 1:01 to go here in regulation. Miles with the inbound now. Bounce past the Nigel Johnson. Mishandles it. Albuena with the steal. Primes with the basket, and it goes on in. 79-78. Now we have something going on now. Now the time. Now a timeout taken by the Falcons. So with 55 seconds now makes it a 1-point game, 79-78. Falcons narrowly leading by 1. We'll stay right here on the Falcons Audio Network. Glad to have you along here from Coalinga. Just a roller coaster of events in the second half. The Falcons had a tremendous lead, but the Reedley College Tigers finding ways. Hey, you know what? Finding ways to get points in the basket with steals and transition plays, and also going to the line. Makes it a 1-point game right now, 79-78. Falcons leading by 1 here. The Falcons felt pretty comfortable in that midway through the second half with the lead, but this is a Tiger squad. Only 4-8 overall, but playing with a lot of heart tonight here on the west side of the San Joaquin Valley. It's a full timeout. Take a quick timeout here in Coalinga, 79-78. Falcons out in front. We'll be right back after that, so stay right here. My apologies, that was a 30-second timeout. So the Falcons will try to find a way to hang on to this victory. Here is a lead by 1, 79-78 here in Coalinga. But glad to have you along here wherever you may be watching Falcons basketball here on the Falcons Audio Network. As the Falcons trying to hold on here. They had a great 1-point lead going into the half. But now it's a 1-point game right now with 55 seconds to go here in regulation. Here they go, inbound for the Falcons. Richmond finds it, finds Johnson, and he is fouled quickly by Primes, and he'll go to the free throw line. These next free throws are crucial for the Falcons right now as the shot clock having a little bit of trouble. The shot clock on the east side of the gym is working, but the shot clock on the west side is not. So Nigel Johnson will go to the free throw line. So now they're still trying to fight with the shot clock here. So now we have a pause in the action here, 79-78, 54 seconds to go here as the clock is now turned off. So now they're trying to restart it. Let's see. Now it's working. Now it works. 1 second. Now it's 30. And we're back to work here, I should say. As now we get back to business. Nigel Johnson to the free throw line. Shooting 2 for the Falcons. First free throw, nothing but twine for Johnson. 2-point lead for the Falcons, 80-78 against Reedley College. This is the Falcon squad trying to start Central Valley Conference play on the right note here tonight in Coalinga. Here's the free throw on the way by Nigel Johnson, second time at the, and it goes in. Second shot rattles on in, 81-78. Tigers with the ball now. 51 seconds to go here in regulation. Primes the ball, deflected away, and a great defense right there by Noah Richmond. Noah Richmond, the young man from Washington, D.C., playing some good defense so far for the Falcons tonight. Chatting a little bit with Primes. Albolena with the ball now. Chest pass over to Primes. 42 seconds to go here in regulation. Primes drives, and he'll go to the free throw line as Craig is ushered quickly to the scorer's table by Coach Richard Jennings. As Primes will go to the free throw line. A sophomore from Madera, California, the former Coyote of Madera High. First free throw hits the back iron, no good. Still 81-78, Falcons out in front here, 39 seconds to go here in regulation. Stay tuned for the Falcons postgame show. Will be coming up right after the game. Rebounded quickly, fighting for it. Falcons with the rebound now, and a foul. Let's see who will be on. Now Coach O not happy. Now they'll huddle up. Two of the referees will huddle up now. Then a timeout taken by West Hills College Coalinga. 33 seconds to go here in regulation. 81-78. Falcons leading. We'll stay right here on the Falcons IU Network. But what a basketball game we've seen so far tonight here in Coalinga. And this is probably the best game we've seen so far. I mean, to start off Central Valley Conference play, as the Central Valley Conference talking with the Falcons. Talking of Coach Barnes, the assistant coach for the Falcons, he said, you know what, the CVC is tough. The assistant coach said that to me. The CVC stretching from Columbia College, the COS. Some of the best teams are in the conference and the state. Fresno City, Columbia College, Merced College, an up-and-coming college. Some great talent in Merced. The Blue Devils are going to be tough this year. The CVC will be the best conference to watch out for in the state of California. 33 seconds to go here in regulation. 81-78. Falcons out in front. It's only a 3-point advantage for the Falcons. Can they keep their lead intact here and survive on their home floor? We shall see, as it will be an inbound for the Falcons. As the Falcons will go back to work here. Now here we go. Richmond with the inbound, ball deflected away, and it will be Falcons ball. As Reedley College, the whole bench was like, hey, saying, hey, it was our ball, but it will be Falcons ball. 33 seconds to go in regulation. 81-78, Falcons leading. Inbound, floats it over to Johnson. Johnson with the ball now, dribbles to the left hand now. Looking. Deflect, it's stolen away. Here they go. Urati with the steal. Back to Primes. Finds Albolena. Right wing three. Hits the side of the iron. Rebounded quickly by the Falcons. And here come the Falcons going back to work here. 17 seconds to go and a foul. And the Tigers foul Nigel Johnson quickly. This Falcon squad only needs 17 more seconds, and they will hold on to win this one here in Coalinga. We still got a lot of basketball to go here on the west side of the San Joaquin Valley. But stay tuned for the Falcons postgame show. That'll be coming up right after the break here in Coalinga. As Nigel Johnson will go to the free throw line. First free throw on the way goes through, 82-78. Falcons lead by 2 possessions. They lead by 4. Second free throw goes through, 83-78. Falcons out in front here, as it will be an inbound for Simph and the Tigers. Moving left to right on your screen. With 17 seconds remaining in regulation. Primes the ball now. 15 to go. Primes from the right wing. Nothing but air. Rebounded by the Falcons, and a foul by Abuena. And DeAndre Johnson will go to the free throw line, shooting 2 with 11 seconds to go here in regulation. 83-78. Falcons leading against Reedley College in the CVC opener. DeAndre Johnson, the freshman, averaging 3.9 points per game this season. A young man from Lemoore, California. First free throw on the way from Johnson. Hits the back iron, still the same score, 83-78. Falcons out in front. Here's the second free throw on the way from Johnson. And it hits the front iron, and it goes on in. Here they go, 84-78. A 3 by Ruse, hits the back iron. Rebounded by Devion Edwards. 2 seconds to go here, and that's the ball game. Your Falcons survive, and they beat Reedley College 84-78 here tonight to open up Central Valley Conference play here on the west side of the San Joaquin Valley. Once again, the final score here tonight in Coalinga. It is your Falcons of West Hills College Coalinga beating the Tigers of Reedley College 84-78. We'll be right back with the Falcons postgame show here in Coalinga. You're watching Falcons basketball on the Falcons Audio Network. What a game tonight to start off Central Valley Conference play here on the west side of the San Joaquin Valley as your West Hills College Coalinga Falcons defeat Reedley College 84-78 as your Falcons improve to 7-7 overall, 1-0 in conference play. Here with Coach O. Coach, a roller coaster of events tonight for your team. Talk about what happened tonight. I mean, it felt like your team was playing great and then cold streak, hot streak, but your team's able to pull it out in the end, 84-78 victory against Reedley College.
Yes, I just feel they got a little tired. Like you saw, we started out with 7 guys, and then Amadou he caught cramps and couldn't come back in the game, so we went down to 6. So some guys had to play extended minutes. So I just think guys just got tired at the end, especially that 5-minute mark. They just got tired, and that's when Reedley was able to – they capitalized that and was able to make a run and made it an interesting game.
An interesting game indeed as your Falcons defeat Reedley College 84-78 here on the campus of West Hills College Coalinga. And it just felt like it was a sluggish start for your team, Coach. But midway through that first half and then before halftime, it felt like your offense was clicking and there was some great defense. I mean, Nigel Johnson and Noah Richmond, I mean, great players. I mean, it felt like your team was clicking with that 1-point lead going into the break at halftime.
Yes, it took us some time to get warm, but they figured it out and got it going. They started paying attention to the game plan, and they started executing it, and then it started working in our favor, and we were able to make 2 runs in the first half to come back into the game and then take the lead into going into halftime. So we started locking into the game plan and what we wanted to accomplish and what we wanted to do, and it started working for us, and we was able to come back.
As your Falcons improved to 1-0, I mean, a great way to start off conference play.
Yes,
I mean,
it is.
With you being a coach for a long time, is this going to be the most competitive the CVC is going to be this season? I mean, with so many different teams are playing good right now.
Yes, the CVC is always tough. You know what I mean?
That's
CVC
right.
is always tough, but I think this year is going to be even tougher because everyone has gotten better. Teams are really good. Teams in our conference have played a really tough non-conference schedule to prepare for this. So this conference is going to anybody can beat anybody, so it's going to be tough, and I feel it's going to be really, really, really good this conference season.
And especially, this is a team that is a lot better, a lot improved. It feels like, I mean, with this team playing well, with Devion Edwards being healthy, how crucial is Devion Edwards being healthy for this team? Because it feels like he's had like 2 seasons he's played 2 games, then he's injured for the rest of the season. But how's it like having Devion Edwards play a full 40? I mean, he's playing games.
Yeah.
He's playing full 40-minute games, and he's playing. He's healthy.
Yes.
Knock on some wood till before, and he's playing well through January right now.
Yes, he's a guy that we definitely lean on. He is a big presence. I feel he's a mismatch for anybody that's guarding him because he can post up, he can shoot the ball. So him just being on the floor gives us a sign of relief a little bit because he can make it happen offensively and defensively. So he's a big plus. I'm glad that he's back. I'm glad he was able to play this year and he's healthy and going into conference, so I'm excited.
And your next game will be against Columbia College here at home. I mean, you know what? That's a tough drive for Columbia to come to Coalinga. I mean, that's the toughest road trip for any basketball team. Any team that has to, I mean, if Columbia has to go anywhere on the Valley floor, but if they repay the favor when every team goes up to Columbia.
Yeah, for sure.
What do you expect from the Claim Jumpers on Saturday night here?
Solid defense, good shooting, tough team. Great coach. It's gonna be a hard-fought game. They're gonna come in here and compete, and then that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna compete, and it should be a really, really, really good game. It's gonna be back and forth. It's gonna be some punches thrown, but it should be a really, really good game. They are a really good team, probably one of the better teams in the state. So we excited and up for the challenge for sure.
And you know what? It was a good crowd tonight. Do you have anything to say to the Falcons fans who made the trek? I mean, it was a good crowd tonight.
Yes, I appreciate any support that we get here. A lot of the guys are from out of state, so just having fans come here and support them and cheer them on and know their names and when to take pictures and celebrating a dunk or a jump shot or anything. It's I appreciate that more than anything, and I know they do for sure. So for the fans and the crowd that comes out and supports, I appreciate you guys. I'm thankful for that you guys come out to every game, every home game that we have.
Coach, it's always a pleasure talking with you. Good luck on Saturday, and I'll see you down the road, my friend.
Yes, thank you, Brian.
That's Coach O, and I'm Brian Welch saying goodbye. Have a good evening as your Falcons start Central Valley Conference play in style as they are 1-0 after beating Reedley College 84-78 tonight here in Coalinga. As this is a very good game for the Falcons to start off. They are at 500 right now with 7 wins and 7 losses, so the Falcons will try to improve to 2-0 in CVC play on Saturday night against Columbia College. We will not have the broadcast for you on Saturday night, but it was our pleasure to bring you the broadcast tonight here on the Falcons Audio Network. A lot of people to thank for the broadcast, starting with our camera guy, Jet Garcia, the starting quarterback for West Hills College Coalinga. Good interview with him. During halftime, he was giving you those great shots with the camera. Also, athletic director Joe Hash and also Justin Berna. I'm Brian Welch saying goodbye. Have a good evening. Repeating the final score here tonight from Coalinga. It's the Falcons with 84 and the Tigers of Reedley College with 78. Thank you so much for watching Falcons basketball